Hello everyone, welcome to our Cyberpunk Red Show. I am Simon at Wandering DM, and we are Friday, which means that we get to play Cyberpunk, but more importantly, we get to play Cyberpunk with the full actual rules, which as of right now, we are allowed to talk about. So no more secrecy, no more vagueness on our part. We can actually talk out loud about how an assault rifle does 5d6. But yes, so welcome one and all to the channel. I'm Simon at Wandering DM. I'll be GMing tonight's game. I have with me a crew of fantastic players, but before we introduce everyone, I would just like to thank our sponsors. Of course, starting with Untitled Games, the makers of Cyberpunk and other fun games such as Castle Falkenstein, Mechton, The Witcher, Teenager from Outer Space. Check them out at artalsoriangames.com and get their book tomorrow on Drive-Thru RPG or from your friendly local gaming store next week. That said, if your store also participates in the Bits and Mortar program, if you purchase the physical copy of the book, you also get a code for the PDF for free. Our other sponsor tonight is, of course, MAGE Press, makers of 5th edition D&D supplements. Check them out at store.mageandpress.com. And be sure to check out Found Familiar, the amazing coffee company that has been sponsoring us for this whole venture. Check them out at foundfamiliar.com. And also Roll20, the platform that we use here for all of our games, at roll20.net. And I will talk about our partners, Level Up Dice, later at the end of the show. Without further ado, let's go around the table. Tell us who you are and who you are playing. We'll begin with this week. Let's do opposite order than usual because I like to mix things up. And we'll begin with Deirdre.
Hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre on Twitter and Praxibot has me before you see me around Twitch. I get to be Trins, who is not getting shot but is slightly concerned about the possibility of her boyfriend getting shot. That's not cool, and that's why she has a really big car with a very big gun on it. It's not cool. Not cool at all.
Our next player is Chris.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Geary. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary. You can find me here in chat also as Chris Geary. It's kind of my name, so I run with it. Tonight, I am the illustrious Dr. Frost, aka Mr. White, and I'm gonna try and keep this Edward Flank alive, to try and get more information out of him. But we'll see what happens.
I'm sure Edward would be happy to hear that. Our next player is Rin.
Hey, I'm Rin. I play Jinx. He's tired. And he's getting shot at. That's a switch too. So hopefully I don't get hit. Hopefully I actually do a headshot this time. That's about it.
Next is Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name's Anino. This campaign, I play Jimenez, the rocker boy by way of professional wrestling, and he does not have any cover right now. So that's the worst.
I mean, that's not technically true. You have a bunch of schmucks as cover.
No, because I knocked them all down, so I would have to pick them up and use them as a shield.
Only 2 out of 3. Only 2 out of 3.
And
there like 5?
Yeah, well, you got.
There were 5
least,
guys, right?
Yeah,
there were 5 guys, and each of them had a burger and a fry.
Well played.
Lastly is Adelaide.
Yeah, I'm Adelaide O'Adelaide on Twitter, and I am playing Reno, who is definitely has cover, and also considering maybe having to join this game to figure out what the fuck's going on. I think Jinx and Reno should like tag team.
Yeah, I'm cool for yeah,
Girl
totally.
power mission kind of thing, you know?
Yep.
So, to pick back where we left off last week, our group of Edge Runner is caught in a firefight across the old, disused lawyer's firm where Edward Flank, the programmer, was hiding. The gangers, for lack of a better term, or at least I should say players, because they're players in the game, tried to shoot down the Edward Flank, and some members of the group, though they were most likely collateral damage, by firing a rocket at the building, but a well-placed shot deflected the rocket and made it explode elsewhere. I think it was straight right on the entry door to the building, which spared Reno, White, and Flank inside from the bulk of the damage. Outside, people started getting out of the van and began firing at Jinx and Trins, who were on their side of the street, while Jimenez came in to, or actually waited in ambush and promptly kicked the first guy who came into the firm straight in the chest, sending him and the other one tumbling outside. So, to pick back where we were, I will need everyone to roll initiative again.
I had my speedwear activated last game.
Yep, so that's a +3.
Okay.
It's just your
D10 plus reflex.
oh, D10. Okay. D10.
I got 17.
Ooh.
17 for Jinx.
13.
15.
13. 15. Jimenez?
6.
6. Sorry, I wasn't sure. And White? Sorry, you're muted.
10.
Cool. 10.
Apparently everyone had their caffeine today, so.
I need more.
And they have 17. Alright, so Jinx and them. To remind everyone, we are on a street facing this corner, this office, well, smaller office building on the corner of the street, across from a park. Two of the players, and by players I mean the mooks, I guess, were kicked out of the building, tumbled down the stairs, and are lying prone on the ground. One of them, the one that was in the turret, took his gun out to try to shoot at people. And the vehicle that they were riding in was almost completely disabled. And I think the driver was... yeah, the driver was out trying to take pot shots at Reno through the window. So we'll pick back up with Mr. Potshot firing again at Reno. If I remember correctly, we gave you cover last time, right?
Yeah, I'm inside the building
Yeah.
behind the window.
It also has a steel plate in front of it, covering most of it, but not all.
Yeah, but he needs to... Yeah, so the way cover works is that cover provides like an amount of hit points.
Oh, gotcha.
And so he needs
about
to
that.
actually deal more damage than what the steel plate can
Absorb.
handle. Yeah, can absorb. Which I'm just gonna go back.
Hopefully a lot. Hopefully a lot.
It's it's not a big industrial steel plate. Like it's not a 1/4 inch, but it should be enough to give you some amount of protection. A cover. Okay, so it's 25 hit points of cover. If you want to note that down somewhere, Reno.
You got it.
Alright, so he's going to shoot. Which I need to remember where those DCs are again, because every week I need to check that one out. Cool, so they've got a +10 and they are firing. Remember, everyone is roughly within 6 yards of each other. And so they will barely hit the steel plate. The bullet almost ricochets completely away from Reno. And they'll take their second shot as well because they're fighting with a heavy pistol. And your cover, Reno, is reduced by 16.
By 60?
16.
16, okay.
So, yeah, the driver is just taking shot after shot at you, and you can see the holes being punched into the steel plate in front of you. He's getting closer and closer from you. Like, at some point he'll get lucky, and you'll probably suffer for it. The two people that Jimenez kicked out of the building will get back up, using almost their entire turn doing so. So that's 174. Oh, great. The first one that was kicked out gets up, and instead of well, he had his pistol out but dropped it when he was kicked outside. So he's now drawing a wickedly long knife, like a homemade machete, and running, holding it in both hands and just running up the stairs at Jimenez. That's going to be his entire turn. The other one will get up, shoulder his poor quality assault rifle, and aim at Jimenez. Jimenez, what is your... are you able to dodge bullets?
What does that entail exactly?
Is your reflex an 8 or above?
God, no.
Okay. So he will need to roll a... You're very close. He needs to roll a 17 to hit. Which I think in his case is... Yeah, it's a long shot.
With the gun or the knife?
No, the gun. The guy with the knife
Okay.
got up as a move, and then moved again with the knife. The other one just gets up and starts firing as his friend is running towards Jimenez. A 15 is not enough. You can hear the... just hit the brick wall next to you, Jimenez, as a quick burst of bullets do not hit you. And of course the last one is the one in the turret. Just like last week, I'm gonna roll randomly to determine who's the biggest threat. If I roll a 1, it's Trin's in her car, being protected and sheltered. On a 2, it's the sniper lying down on a rock. It's gonna be the sniper.
At least the sniper still has half her cover.
Yes, the stones weren't, the rubble wasn't completely destroyed. And with a 15, hits for the first bullet and hits for the second bullet. Do you remember the HP of your cover, Jinx?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna go.
It was at like 38 out of 50.
Stone would have been 40, so probably 28 out of 40.
Yeah, that's fine.
That probably would be, yeah, that we'll do 28 out of 40. That was probably closer to what we were looking for. Oh, and it's a very heavy pistol. So it's going to be 4d6. Firing once, firing twice. Your recover takes 27. Which means that you are still somewhat hidden behind the rubble of the stone, but you know that next time he's probably going to compensate and actually hit you. Unless you move somewhere else. Speaking of moving, it is your turn, Jinx.
Okay, well, I am gonna move. Do I see that guy while I'm at it?
Oh yeah, he's in the turret opening, like at the top of his armored car, well, truck.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, before you take your turn, I just want to let everyone know who's watching. We're not going to have our guest tonight, so we're just skipping over the sound of the sports car and everything that we heard last week. We will introduce them later.
So I'm gonna shoot that guy. And obviously move to get better cover.
There is a small tree nearby that you can hide behind. Not the best, because it's not wide enough to protect you completely, but it would afford a better measure of protection than whatever's left of the rubble.
Okay, sounds good.
So shoot your shot. You, of course, you're with a sniper rifle, and he is very close to you. Which means you will need... You will need a 30, oh shit, to hit. Unless you move first and go far out. With a 26, you almost got it. Do you have 4 points of luck to burn?
Obviously.
Do you want to burn them on that?
I'm headshotting the guy.
You didn't declare a headshot ahead of time. That would...
Okay, whatever.
Because otherwise you would have needed a 38 for that. Huh?
Yeah, I'll use my 4 points of luck.
Alright, then roll for damage.
Ooh. 28.
Yeah,
There's a 6 in there too.
2 6s in there?
1 6.
Just one. Okay. Well, anyway, 28, because he had taken another shot from you last week, is enough to kill him. So you just line up a shot, fire through his Kevlar armor, and run out to put your back against the closest tree. Reno.
We are going for the same. They're still the one that's like in the car that's shooting at. All these guys are in cars, right? They're not on their feet, right?
No, they're on their feet at the moment. None of them are left in their car.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the healthiest looking one, I guess.
That would be the guy shooting at you.
At me. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for him then.
Because
My gun
I mean,
a lot of damage.
from your angle, you would have to get like half your body out the window to shoot at the ones firing at Jimenez.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do that. I'll shoot from where I'm safe.
Yeah.
Head it if I need to. Not good.
Which weapon are you using?
It's my assault rifle.
Assault rifle, you would need a 17.
Okay. Maybe. Maybe. No, it's a 15. Shoot. Okay, I miss.
Do you have luck? Do you want to spend 2 points of luck?
I do have luck. Yeah, let's spend 2 points of luck. I only have 4 points of luck, but I never use it anyway. I'll spend my 2 points of luck for it.
Okay. So you do hit
5.
roll for damage.
Okay, that's good damage. Okay. 19 points of damage.
Oof. Did you roll any double sixes?
No.
Okay, so his Kevlar vest stops the brunt of the bullet. Actually prevents the bullet from piercing through the skin, but he is winded from the shot, and he almost bends in half as this torso armor absorbs the blow.
From where I am, and this guy, is this guy like the only one that's like really kind of close to me and or noticing the building where I'm shooting from?
There are 2 others who are firing and running at Jimenez.
Okay.
They probably
Am I
know
able
someone's in the building.
Okay, this is a ground floor. With this steel plate in the way, can I hop through this window? Or would I have to go through the door?
Oh, the steel plate isn't bolted. Mr. Flank just put it up against the window, so you can just tear it down and jump out if you wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm just gonna kind of like haul towards like the nearest cover. If there's not any, I'll just be.
Well, the nearest cover would be to stay where you are.
Well, yeah, no, but other than that, like, is there a car close or like?
What's your move?
A lot. 6. Not that much.
You could run past the guy you're firing at, and sort of find a bit of cover on, like in front of his car. You'd be right next to the engine, but most of your body would be hidden from him, because you'd be like, let's say the car is here, you'd be like right here, and he's here.
Okay, yeah.
So
let's do that.
he could walk up to you to negate your cover, but
Right.
if he's more interested in something else, then you might be safe.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. I'll do that.
Cool. That brings us to Trins in the RV.
Cool, because I don't like these guys like being assholes to Jimenez, and I have a very big gun.
One of them is about to shish kebab your boyfriend.
Yes, not cool. And if I was closer, I'd be saying that like up close and personal with a wrench to the back of his head, but I'm not. So I have a very big gun in an armored turret. Fight me. And so can I do 2 things? One just for flavor and one actually mechanically.
Go ahead, let me know.
Okay, number 1, I totally feel that it would be entirely appropriate for Trins to have made the audio system to this RV voice activated.
I figure you wanted something closer to like a megaphone on it.
No. I'm gonna drop the bass and let the subwoofers start playing out the back of this car.
Okay.
Because I think that everybody should partake in Trinz's musical choices.
Life is a musical.
Exactly.
Let's get it.
What are you playing? And please don't sing it because DMCA.
She would not be singing. Oh, she would be singing it. I currently am not. It's Shakira starts coming out of in Spanish starts coming out of the speakers of this car. Full on. Donde estás corazón is where it would be coming out at the moment.
Where's your love?
See. And I'm kind of pissed. So she's going to spray him. She's going to try and not shoot and not hit Jimenez.
Well, so long as you don't go full auto fire,
Yeah.
you're probably good.
Okay, I'm not doing that then. I'm not going to hit. She's not going to hit Jimenez. Okay. And it's just the heavy weapons, right? Yeah, it's the heavy weapons.
Yes, it counts as heavy weapons.
The 29 with a crit.
29 does hit.
Okay. And we said, what was it, like, what was it, 66 or something?
Yep, 66.
Yeah, 66. I was just checking. I should really write this down, but, you know, usually it's one of the people who actually knows how to fire weapons who's firing this thing. And I'm just driving. Oh, for 26! Oh, man!
Were you firing at the guy running with the machete, or the one with the one
Gun?
with the assault rifle? Yeah.
Well, the dude with the machete has to get up close and personal, and then Jimenez is just gonna kick his ass. That's an inherent understanding. The dude with the assault rifle is a problem, and that feels like oddly inappropriate, and I should, you know, possibly try and make him stop shooting at my boyfriend.
All right. You begin firing the heavy machine gun at the top of the RV, and you get a bullet right in his right thigh. You see the spurt. Anyway, it goes.
Arterial spray? There's arterial spray?
Yeah, there's arterial spray.
Oh! And then I think she would just say loudly over like the loudspeaker because she doesn't care. She's like, "Hey Doc, I think that one's gonna not make it. What's the timer on a femoral artery? I think it's like 37 seconds, isn't it? Without plugging it? I'm pretty sure it's 37 seconds." She just starts talking smack about this whole shit.
And speaking of the doc, it would be Mr. White's turn inside the office, holding on to Mr. Flank. White, you do hear Trent taunting the goons.
That makes total sense to me that she would do that. I mean, especially if one of them was running with a machete at Jimenez and another one was shooting. That's just uncool. I think what Mr. White would do is, noticing that the steel plate got hit on basically on one side of it pretty well.
Yeah.
Due to the location of Reno ducking to the side. He would reposition it so it's covering basically like on an angle against the desk to give maximum coverage to Mr. Flank. That's still limp in cyberspace. And he will actually prepare, which doesn't take very long because he's already got it on him. Stim, and ready to yank the plug and stim him awake if he has to, and run him out of there.
Which I forgot, but okay. Cool.
And
You
then
can.
he might mutter very quietly, Flank, you better know what you're fucking doing. Because if I get shot because of you, no. Not gonna fly.
And you can see, because he's not wearing VR goggles, so you can just see his closed eyes. The eye under the eyelid just is moving constantly left and right, like REM. And his lips just
Rage Against the Machine?
move a bit.
No, sorry.
No,
That's-
I said REM. You know, the other band. He's losing his religion.
Got a
Jimenez.
taste in music.
X, you're up.
So, X is has adopted Queensberry rules boxing stance, the two back fists like this, and to the beat of the music, he's just going, "Come on, come at me!" But then he's going to drop down and reach for the guy's legs, and try to giant swing him, throw him into the shot guy.
Ooh. That would, because he's not yet at the door frame, so you would have to exit the building by like 1 or 2 steps.
So, from my understanding, the kick or the flying kick actually propels me forward by like 4 yards or something. So,
Oh, so
I
you'd
assumed
already
I would've
be
cleared.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah. You're already out in the open basically after the kick, so it doesn't make a difference. You charge at him. Can you make your brawl check? I'm pretty sure I've got some evasion. Oh. Well, you've got another
Well, that's
D10
not
to
great.
roll because of a fumble, but you might still get it. Yes, even though you fumble outside, your foot gets stuck on one of the steps leading up to the entry door. You still manage to catch yourself last minute, grab him by the legs, and can you describe for everyone, and also for the GM, what is a giant throw?
So a giant swing is
Giant
when you
swing.
grab the guy's legs and then you start spinning really quickly in place while holding him. And then at some point, after a couple of rotations, you let him go and he's supposed to go flying.
That
So I
seems
figured-
unsafe.
Yeah, it is. It's not very good. There's a lot of centrifugal force going on there too.
So you are throwing a guy at another guy. I think the damage depends on, because it wouldn't be your body, it would be his body. Because you're using him as a weapon, right?
Right.
Um,
But the guy that I'm throwing would also suffer damage.
oh yeah,
from
both of
right?
them. Both of them will take damage because, you know, squishy people hitting other squishy people. So where are the rules for throwing someone at someone?
So I know the throwing rules are on page 159 of the.
Thank you so
52
much.
110.
159? No.
Oh, that's probably because my copy of the.
179, however. 177. Yeah, you probably don't have the final version. Is it the one that's just called digital?
It's called beta.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So because the layout changed
Okay.
in between. So it's throw them. It deals your body stat directly to their hit point, bypassing armor. Yeah, so basically it'll be your body stat to the guy you're throwing, and his body stat to the guy he's getting thrown into. So what is your body?
Okay. It is 8.
Oof. And the other, who already took 19, takes an extra 5 through his armor. They are, again, both of them on the ground. The guy with the assault rifle trying to move his friend out of the way to get up, and is just cursing and swearing. The guy with the machete is pretty dazed. You have the feeling that like a quick jab might just finish him off. He's not standing up as fast and as easily as he did earlier. Meanwhile, in the office, Flank would open his eyes.
Out of curiosity, how much damage did I do to their egos because I just did something really silly?
This is also important to note that you did this dressed as Justice Mine. I also wanted to point that out. Justice Mine picked this guy up and threw him into another guy.
You know what?
So at least a 5.
You know what? They weren't expecting it. And they're getting their ass kicked by a guy dressed as a mime who can just throw people around.
We call that Tuesday.
Okay, I'll do something. Roll a d10. If you roll a 6 or higher, something funny is gonna happen.
Oh, rip. Okay.
So they, the guy with the... Oh, I'll get back to them. Flank first, sorry. So Flank wakes up, disconnects from the net, unplugs his neural link to his deck, looks at you, White, and says, "Okay, I've got a backup of most everything."
Can we go now, Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah, let's get out of here. And he starts walking on all 4.
And White will just, like, stand and walk to the door.
Got.
And wait in the doorway.
The 2 guys that Imanez threw, the guy that Imanez threw and the other one, machete guy gets up, all confused, and with his machete in hand, will take a few steps and try to just slash at Imanez. But he's pretty knocked out. He's got a few hits in him already. That's not looking good for him. And I need this page. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, oof. Imanez, you have to dodge out of the way if you want. It's a DC 8. As he just wildly swing his sharpened shiv at you. You easily sidestep him. He's not only wounded and exhausted, but he's also telegraphing pretty much where he's going. The other guy gets up, picks up his assault rifle again, and screams out, "That's it! You're dead, you fucking freak!" And will auto-fire in both you and Machete Guy. You dealt too much damage to his ego for him to care anymore. So I know he's got a plus Ooh, he's got he also has some heavy penalties because of how hurt he is. That's not cool. That's really not cool. So I need to look at.
You should have maybe wrapped that bleeding arterial spray right there. That's gonna be a bitch.
Oh, he's going to die from this. Like he just don't want to die and have the last thing he sees in life is a mime throwing people. So
We all have to have a last request.
Yeah.
We're just going to also say that retroactively there's a dashboard cam on the van that's pointed at this door and catching all of this too. So
Guerrilla marketing.
Put it on his YouTube.
He has enough. Okay, and he needs to roll. She needs to roll a 17 or higher. Oh boy. Well, it's down to luck for him. He just begins firing wildly, emptying out the clip in his assault rifle, hitting the street, the building, the stairs. And that's it. It's almost cartoonish how bad his aim is.
I see you went to stormtrooper, artillery school. You should really work on being better than that.
Jimenez just does a comedic jerk back, like, as bullets are flying everywhere.
The driver, seeing that Reno ran out past them, he wants flank, but the Justice Mime is in the way. Fuck it, he gets back into the car and will use his turn to start his armored van to leave.
The one that I'm next to.
Oh yeah, like if you don't move out of the way, you get run over.
He'll hit me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
he
it
won't.
takes a full turn to turn the car on.
Okay.
Actually, no, wait, the car was already on. With an
The car is
almost
disabled.
No, the tire that you
Tire.
shot still had 2 HP.
No, you said. No, I killed the HP. You didn't let it flip. You said the option was. The option was it would flip or it wouldn't, and you rolled for that.
Well, then let me just.
Okay, it has 2 HP. Fine, it don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter. You can't go
Um,
nowhere. It's fine.
well, he's going to just.
He's gonna run me over.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Dodging a ramming vehicle
Okay.
is a DV13. So it's
Okay.
an evasion check.
Okay, that should be pretty easy for me. Okay.
Yes.
I'm
And
gonna take
if you
that.
succeed, you can choose to be on top of the hood if you want.
Oh fuck yeah, I will. Where's the Oh, I see it. Okay, under decks. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's really good. What is the DC?
13.
Okay, I already made a 15 with just my evasion plus. Okay.
So, what's your choice? Roll out in the street or jump on the hood?
Does it look like there's like a sunroof or something in there?
They had an opening that they carved out for their rocket launcher.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'll jump in the car with them if I.
Then you hear the tires screech as he puts pedal to the metal. And Reno jumps on the hood. this other person tries to drive away as fast as they can, leaving Assault Rifle Dude and Machete Dude to their fate. Jinx, what do you do?
Oops, I can see them.
The driver or the other two?
The other two.
Yes, definitely. One of them is drunkenly swinging at Jimenez, and the other one is firing. Is missing. And he's also bleeding out. Like his right leg is drenched in blood.
Okay, I'll Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll hit the guy with the machete.
Okay. He is 7 yards away from you, so that would be 7 yards away with a sniper rifle. It's a DV-25 to hit. Wait, how can you only have 14? Oh, no, okay, it didn't update on my end. Yeah, you don't have any more luck?
No. It's just...
You're very, very close to get shots on with a sniper, but by a hair width, you miss the guy. Do you move out of cover from where you are, from behind the tree?
Do I have anywhere else I can go with cover?
From where you are, you could now use the armored, unless Trins moves it, you can use the armored RV as cover.
Okay, I'll come in close. Well, and use the car.
Okay. Reno.
Yeah, I'm holding on to the roof of this car with one hand, and I have the rippers installed on my fake arm. I am going to attempt to just kind of reach down and rip his neck.
Alright, so climbing up to the roof of the car, you hold yourself, and you're gonna try to rip his... You're gonna have... Okay, so what I'll do is I'll give him a tiny bit of cover.
Okay.
Because of the car seat.
Yep.
But that's it.
He's that small?
No, but it's because you have to go around is
Yes.
more.
What is that? Is that brawling or?
That would actually be a melee weapon.
Is that a melee weapon? Okay.
Yeah. Brawling would be the big knucks. Where are my things?
22.
Foam, plastic. Oh, it gives 0. Okay, it's not even enough. A 22?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna try to move his neck out of the way. Oh, look at that. He fails. Roll for damage.
Okay, I actually do not have damage on rippers.
Oh,
Anybody
okay.
know?
It's 2d6,
2d6. Okay, I have big.
and it's an ROF of 2.
Waro,
Oh, so
you got it.
you can make 2 attacks with it.
Okay. That is 5 damage, and let's do. I need a roll for another attack, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the exact same roll. I just rolled another 9. Oh, that's double 6s for the damage.
It's a crit.
Alright, well, his armor soaked the first one,
Okay.
but not the second. So the first swipe that you made, you felt something hard, you heard the rip sound as you ripped open his Kevlar armor, and then with the second strike, you came in, and can you roll 2d6 to determine what's gonna happen to him?
I can do that. It is a 7.
one of your blades snaps from one of your fingers and remains lodged in his throat.
Jesus Christ.
Every turn, he's gonna take 5 points of damage until someone fishes it out.
Oh my gosh.
Mechanically, it doesn't change anything from your rippers, but like for narrative purposes, choose a finger. You are missing a blade.
Okay. That's fair.
Of course, if you ever lose all 5 blades, you know you're gonna have to.
Gotta get new rippers, right?
Yeah.
But he's still alive.
Well, he is gurgling, and according to your calculations, he has 2 rounds left to live.
Okay. Do I see my own ripper? Can I just rip it, take it out?
His back is turned to you, so what you could
Okay.
do next turn is
Okay.
jab your fingers inside the wound and try to
Okay.
fish it out blindly.
Okay.
Um,
That's horrifying.
which, you know, it's going to cause more damage than
Right.
necessary. You're not white. You don't perform
Fine.
surgery.
I'm not very gentle. Reno's not a gentle hand kind of gal.
Trince, you were atop the RV. You saw this armored van begin to drive, and about half a second after you saw Reno disappear from the roof, the windshield of this car just turned dark red.
Reno's having fun, I guess. But the dude with the machete, the dude with the gun is being a dickhead, and he should have died already. He's not cool at all.
You could
And he's standing up now, right?
yeah, he's
For a given guy who's standing.
he's standing, but like all of his weight is on the one, like on his left leg.
Cool. Can I shoot him in the ass?
I mean, a called shot to the ass. Let's say if the head is a -8, the ass is a -6.
Hold on.
I thought it was just a straight -8 no matter what, but he's being
Yeah,
nice.
it's a
so go
minus.
with that.
It's if you do a called shot, it's a -8. For
Oh, it's always a
head,
minus.
held item or leg.
Yeah.
Okay, but I will just check something first. Yeah, he has like below average booty, so it's as hard to hit. So it's a -8.
Whatever. He's a jackass, anyways. So, oh no, wait, that's not the right one. Let's try this. Shooting with a gun that I really like. Tris doesn't shoot people,
Well,
but apparently
she
she's
started.
pissed.
That's the assault rifle.
Oh, hold on, I misrolled that. No. Yeah, it's gonna be the 8. It's not.
Did you already remove the 8?
Well, I took it from the 16, so it would be an 8. I have 2 points of luck to make it a 10.
You would need a 17.
Okay, then no, I'm not gonna try and spend my 2 points of luck on that.
So there's just a big gunshot akin to this, I guess?
It's a shoulder-mounted heavy gun.
Yeah, I don't have a shoulder-mounted heavy gun on there. I only have pistols. But anyway, with a huge kablam, you make a sizable hole in the asphalt behind him.
There's a whole Wile E. Coyote moment.
If he could jump in surprise and not kill himself doing so, he would.
It looks cool. It also draws a serious attention. It's like, stop shooting at my boyfriend, you jackass!
Do you taunt him, though?
It's Trins, of course she does.
Okay. No, I just.
Are we? She would probably not be saying it in English by this point, though. It's probably a mixed pigeon of Italian and Japanese.
But you are signing off on Trins is taunting the bleeding guy.
Yes.
Okay. Just. White. Inside the office, as you peer out of the office door, you would see the fight between Justice Mime and two heavily beaten and bleeding goons.
I only see the two bogeys, though. Only the two mooks.
Yeah, the other with the... Because remember his car, the van parked in
White
front
hasn't
of the window.
seen any of this.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
as a
true.
player know. But White hasn't seen any of this.
Yeah, so White would only see two somewhat well-equipped murderers.
Okay. And he would have heard the van take off.
Yes.
So he assumes at least one of them left, meaning that a couple of them had to be dead. So his assumption is that those are the only two left. He'll kind of look over his shoulder. Is Flank like crawling up behind him already?
Yes.
From Flank's viewpoint, he will see that he will see Frost's right hand kind of cupped and facing behind him, and there is the hilt of a knife that's barely in his fingers, like he's ready to pull the blade if he needs to. And he'll look down at him and say, "When I step into the hallway, go up the stairs into the fire escape. I'll be following you. Don't go down the fire escape until I get there."
All right.
Understood?
Yeah.
So then White will step into the hallway, taking up as much space as he can. He's a pretty big dude. And let Flank leave, and then he'll back his way up the stairs.
Flank does leave. He's... By the time he's about maybe like 2 or 3 feet behind you, he gets back up, though he remains crouched. He's not on all fours anymore, and he runs to the end of the hallway.
Okay.
To get to
And
the
White
kitchen
will
and the fire
very
escape.
carefully walk backwards up the stairs to
All right.
make sure that he's blocking any sort of path. And he doesn't have a whole lot of move, so he probably doesn't make it very far.
Then you would be witness White to whatever Jimenez is about to do.
So, Jimenez pantomimes a Ric Flair woo, and then delivers a chop across the neck of the machete guy.
Oh. Look, he's going to try to swagger out of reach with a 4.
No.
No, it All right. Look, I'm gonna you don't have... Well, no, you would have to roll just in case. Oh, God.
Ooh, two sixes in there too.
Yeah. Do you wanna roll 2d6?
Man, these Ric Flair chops really hurt.
Get it, nature boy. Get it.
Plus 5. Okay. And you rolled a 6?
Yes.
Your Ric Flair chop is like a downward motion?
It's straight across.
Oh. Then could you just reroll, please?
Reroll what?
The 2d6. That's a 4, and on a 4, you God, you chop across his face, and he made the mistake of stumbling forward just half a step, and you break the bone next to his eye and just send his eye out, like not out of orbit, but you can see it clearly wiggled.
Ooh,
and
ouch.
He falls down with a crack on the pavement.
Do I get a second attack now?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, shit.
Is this guy out? He's like,
Oh, he's dead.
oh, okay. So, Nature Mime is now going to style and profile down the stairs. And then he's going to deliver sweet chin music to the other guy who's barely standing.
A what?
Sweet chin music. It's a flying side. It's a sidekick to the chin.
For narrative purposes, just so you know what he was about to do, on his turn, right after you, he was going to turn around, aim, and shoot at Trins. So he's messing with his assault rifle, trying to aim at your girlfriend.
Yeah. So, Jimenez is going to tune up the band by stomping down on the ground a bit to get the guy to turn around so that he can take a clean shot.
Yeah, he turns his head sideways to look at you. Again, he's allowed to try to... Nope.
We get an 11 there.
You kick him across the chin. You send him flying out, spinning, and he falls down on the ground, moaning and eventually passing out. Inside the car, the guy is gurgling and grasping at his throat, trying to get whatever's in there. I mean, Jinx, do you want to do something? Or do I skip to Reno? Okay. So, Reno inside the car, you can use all of your first aid knowledge to fish out the blade.
Hard time. Yeah, she's gonna try and fiddle around and find her missing second finger.
I mean, it's that image of like girlfriend had the perfect acrylics and she just slapped a bitch
Broke
and now she
nail.
broke one. It's like I need to get that back so I can get it
I
fixed.
paid $40 for that set.
Exactly.
You... Like, I'm not gonna make you roll.
Okay.
You fish it out. In doing
Okay.
so, like, he dies. He can't react anyway. Like, he was... The only thing that you could have done, you know, aside from hastening his defeat, well, his death, would have been to try and, like, perform surgery on, like, immediate
Right.
first
Oh yeah,
aid.
no. Not interested.
But you are right now in a van that is
That's
driving in a direction. You don't know where because the windshield's completely red. And when he dies, of course, his foot becomes heavier. The van lurches as you feel it gain speed.
Why don't you jump out the back? Do it. Do it.
I the question that comes to Reno's mind, through my mind, is how nice is this car?
It's like I said, it's like a white windowless van
Oh,
with
it's just
a
okay.
hole in the
Okay.
roof that's been.
Trins felt it was bad enough that she could shoot at it.
Okay. Okay. I was making sure there wasn't like some kind of like nice sportsy kind of car. It's a van.
Oh
Go
no
for
no
it.
no! It's a yeah. It's
Yeah, I'm gonna try and roll off the side, roll off the back before it gets too risky. I could take a skid on concrete if I have to. That's not too scary.
well, you say that, but can you? Where are the skills again?
Just don't die. I can fix it.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm still max HP, so I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. Can you make an athletics check, please, as you roll out of
yeah.
the car?
Definitely, athletics is one of my strong points. 18.
18 is good enough.
Okay.
So you will not take 2d6 damage,
Okay.
and you will not also break your legs.
Oh, that's good.
So you just, what's your armor? Just out of curiosity.
She's got a light armor jack.
Okay, so it protects you from skid burns
Yeah.
and road rash, and aside from some wear that is now obviously visible on the armor, you're fine. The car just begins to swerve and eventually drives up onto the sidewalk and runs straight into the side of another abandoned building. Because for all of you who are just tuning in, we are fighting near the old corporate center of Night City. So
How far away have I gotten with this car? Like, what's the closest enemy to me?
no one.
The hell down.
No one? No one's close?
By the
they're
time,
all dead, that's right.
yeah, by the time you roll out of
Okay.
the car, you're about 40 yards away from where everyone else is.
Okay.
Oh no, it's been 2 turns. 80 yards away. So it's gonna take you like a few minutes, like maybe 2 or 3 minutes to walk
Fine.
back.
Does our little radio thing work at this distance? Or
Yes, it's a mile.
Okay. It's a mile. Trends. I'm not quite sure I trust you with a soldering iron, but I do have a favor to ask of you later.
What happened? What broke? I'll fix it. Don't worry. It's okay. I'll fix it. What's wrong?
Finger.
He messed your nails up? That's asshole.
It's fine, he's dead.
Oh, well, he deserved it. Messing with a girl's manicure. That just seems rude.
Well,
Honestly, these guys were very rude. Did you see that they tried to shoot Jimenez? That was not nice at all.
I was a bit busy. A bit busy. But I
Fair.
believe you.
That's fair.
Did anyone get shot?
I shot someone.
Oh, you shot someone. Oh. Bravo. I'll start.
Yeah. Flank is waiting by the fire escape and just turns to Mr. White and says, "The gunshot stops."
Yeah, we can go out the front now. Follow me.
Okay, and he's clutching his cyber deck
And
to him
you'll
like
see,
a baby.
You'll see White, like, he secures the knife back up in something that's tucked under his sleeve and walks back out. But he waits and lets Flank kind of use him as a shield because he assumes that's what Flank would want to do.
Oh, Flank stays behind you. Very
Yeah, that's
close
what I
on
mean.
your heels, yeah.
Yeah, so White just moseys on down, lets Flank use him as a body shield, and walks on out front.
When you both go outside, Flank looks at Jimenez. A look of utter confusion at this, mime covered in drops of blood, mostly because of the arterial spray from earlier. And just looks at you. Like, where?
Edward Flank, Justice Mime. Justice Mime, Edward Flank. Let's go to the RV. It's safe in there. And he walks toward the RV.
But it still has the music playing, and
Yeah.
now the red racing, the BA black and red has changed, and the racing stripe is LEDs that sync with the bass of the music.
Okay, can we switch that to something a little more mellow now that things have settled down? Friends,
Okay.
please.
And she keys up Frank.
That's amore.
As Jimenez is walking towards the van, he makes sure, or he knows that he's in perfect line shot with the dashboard camera, and so he's going to take this time to undo his bulletproof vest and display some Justice Mime merchandise. And it's a T-shirt. It's got 3 circles in a Venn diagram, and it's labeled Defiance, Silence, and Violence. And then in the overlapping section is Justice Mime's face. And then it just reads Justice Mime on the bottom.
How soon can
And then
we
he cuts
make
out
them?
the camera.
Yeah, we need to sell these.
I just need to get someone to draw it. But
This needs to happen stat. Tell me how much I have to chip in to make this happen. I'm serious.
I don't think that design's going to be too expensive.
By the time you gather around the RV, Jinx, what were you doing?
Well, I look at the others and I'm like, do we need a hostage? Because, like, I point to one of them like, he's still alive.
Which one's still alive?
The one who got kicked across the chin. Not the
That's
one that
bleeding
got
out?
chopped. No, because he's just he's bleeding out from the arterial. The bullet in
Yeah.
his.
He probably isn't still here anymore. I'll go over and check him, but I don't think if he's anything, he's thready and would need serious surgery. More than what I
Also-
can do.
He tried to shoot Jimenez. That was not cool.
Well, no. When I hear he tried to shoot Jimenez, White will actually go over and try and staunch the bleeding long enough to question him.
You will have one chance.
Okay?
Because by the
That's all I
time
need.
Jinx points it out, he has 2 turns left to live. And
Surgery or paramedic?
we're gonna go with paramedic because while it is a very nasty wound, mechanically speaking, it's not a critical injury that Trin's inflicted. So you just need to make sure that you staunch the bleeding so that, they don't die.
I just need to close up this artery. I don't care if he saves the leg or not. I just need to close it up so he doesn't die. So, I will... 24.
Oh yeah, 24 is fine.
You see him walk over, and he just whips something out that, like, it looks like a salve of some sort, and he uses, like, a cloth to just, like, push it in there and rub it in there. And the guy probably screams because it's actually cauterizing the wound when it's mixed together.
He is passed out by then.
Oh, okay. If that kind of thing doesn't wake him up, great. So I'll stop the bleeding, and then I'll stim him.
And while he's doing that, Jinx just like looks at her handgun and just like puts it back in its holster and pretends nothing was happening.
And you'll see White, like, he has a knee on his chest, and he pulls. Is the guy wearing a helmet?
No, they
How armored was
weren't.
he? Okay, so he'll put one hand on his shoulder to hold him
Oh
down.
no, sorry, they were wearing like the solid
Gotcha.
military helmet.
I'll pop. Well, so just off the top, like his face is.
His face
clear
is
to see?
completely clear. Yeah.
Oh, then I won't worry about it. I just standard way to hold him down, basically putting pressure on his abdomen. Also, he can't breathe very well then. With his knee just below the xiphoid, so I can shove it forward and make him shut up if I need to, and hold him down with my other hand on his shoulder and stim him. Shot to the neck.
His eyes
Wake him up
flutter
fast.
open. Do the rest of the group gather around the hostage? Or, because Flank is also heading for the RV.
Flank should go to the RV.
Trins
And
is
take a
staying in
nap.
the Trins is staying in the RV, but
Give-
she's gonna try and pull the
Give
RV
Flank a drink
around.
and have him take a nap.
Okay, I can do that. Did you? And then she's gonna text you through the eye. Did you want me to make sure he took a nap?
No, he's a guest.
Oh, okay. But I'm gonna bring the RV around. Do you need the plastic cups? As she reaches up to little push Puka.
No, he won't be around long enough for that.
Okay then. Wait.
Shh.
Which one?
No, Flank doesn't need the plastic cups. He's fine.
Okay.
So he's waking up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Jimenez is going to climb into the RV.
Okay.
And he's going to sit in shotgun, but before he does that, he's going to kiss Trins on the cheek and leave like black lipstick marks on there because of his makeup. Just shit.
Yeah, she doesn't even react. It's like, oh, you okay? Apparently he's a guest, I guess. And then she's just gonna pull the RV around to kind of like, so when people get up when they deal with the guy, they can just get in the RV and we can go. Also, to kind of have the RV act as a bigger barrier between possibly another drive-by attempt.
That works.
And what is Reno doing?
You walking back?
Oh, I mean, well, I'm assuming I've met up with everybody.
Yeah.
No, she's still thinking about this game. I'm still marinating on it for a hot minute. But I do hand my finger to my claw to Trins for safekeeping. I tend to lose.
So you're
things.
going into the RV then for that?
Yeah.
All right.
Jinx, are you staying with me out here, or are you going inside too?
No, I'm staying with you.
Okay. White will look at Jinx and go, "You don't have to put that away. It may come in handy."
Okay, cool. She
And,
pulls it back out.
The prisoner's eyes begins to flutter open.
And I'll slap him a couple times and say, "All right, I stopped the bleeding, but it's not a permanent fix. So you have a little bit of time to tell me what I need to know. Why are you a bottom feeder? Why are you going after someone at the bottom of the list of the gang?"
I will tell you I will tell you after the break. We'll be right back, everyone. Stick around after this break. The interrogation sequence and then perhaps the entry of some of our players into this mysterious game. We'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Grab a snack, grab some drinks, and stretch, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Hello, everyone. Mr. White with a knee on your prisoner's abdomen. Jinx playing the muscle nearby. Ask him why he's a bottom feeder.
And White will actually light his cigar for the first time. If they've ever seen him light a cigar, he'll actually light his cigar while he has the guy or while he's waiting for the guy to answer.
Big points. Big points.
Big points for someone at the bottom? I just saw the rankings.
Got tip. Guy has bunch of implants. We were gonna break him all for the points inside. He's a hoarder. He hoards them. We're gonna...
Who tipped you this? I'll ash on his chest.
I don't know.
It's not hot. I just ash on his chest because I'm tired of
Joey knew, and he turns his head to the car that's now crashed.
Everyone else is dead. You have to give me something, otherwise you're useless to me.
I'm useless then.
Really? Which eye is your chip in?
And you see, as he says, I don't know what you mean, he like blinks a little too long with his right eye. Like if the eyelid was going to protect it.
Okay, so White will tap his right eye to see if it's real or if it's
It's not
cyber
squishy.
eye. So this one, and he'll actually put his cigar in his mouth, and he'll grab a tool and he'll pull the eye right out and disconnect it.
And yeah, as you pop it out, you hear the chick of the cables being forcefully disconnected.
So yours is going to be destroyed here in a second, and he'll toss it to Jinx. Is the other one fake too?
No, the other one's real. Don't remove it. Don't remove it. I don't want to die here.
Nobody wants you to die here, because I want you to be valuable.
Yeah. I can. You playing? I can off someone for you.
I'll ash where the eye used to be. I mean, he's got his eyelid. It's not going in there. But just to tell him that I really don't care about any of that stuff he's trying to bribe me with.
Come on, man.
Joey was not very smart, so Joey must have said things. Because if Joey was smart, you guys would not have failed.
He got his... There was a friend of his on the forum. Kept talking with him.
And the handle was?
The sergeant.
Sergeant?
Yeah, the sergeant.
The sergeant. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the sergeant tipped you off about this gentleman.
I don't know. Joey just said that someone tipped him off. That there was a hoarder here.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys found other hoarders that would hold on to the points until a certain time to jump up the rankings?
Not us. We heard about them. The rumors going around.
So you believe rumors?
People will try everything to win.
Did you hear the one about the serial killer that's often people playing the game just for fun?
No.
I guess I'm not a very good rumor. And you'll see him pull the knife from his sleeve. If you're not useful to me, You might as well be fun.
His face just goes blank. You can feel the wetness expanding in his pants.
What you doing, Doc?
I'm getting what I need to know.
Does he really know?
Well, he knows something. You don't make it this far in the game without knowing something. I can call a bus for you. Or I can let you bleed out on the street.
Look, I don't know a lot.
You don't know anything. Not even like some dark secret about this girl you dated once, or you don't know anything about, you know, your boss at the job that you hate. You don't know anything at all. Nothing.
No,
You're a blank page.
I know stuff. I know stuff. I jumped out of school because I wanted to be a rocker boy.
Okay.
Is that fun? Is that interesting?
That doesn't help me. That's not useful. I said useful, or I make you interesting.
I don't. What do you want to know? What's useful?
I want to know who tipped you off. I want to know who is killing civilians, because there's somebody out there that's just getting off on killing people and using the game as a cover.
I don't know about that, but there are people on message boards talking about apparently some undercover cops at the NCPD are making people join the game just so they can kill them.
Ah, dirty NCPD. See? Told you knew something. Tell me more about this. I don't like dirty cops.
I don't know much more. I don't trust the cops, you know? I don't.
Good, you shouldn't. They're bought and paid for. They don't protect anybody but their wallets.
But yeah, just keep out of sight of the NCPD, and that's the word. Like, unless
Did you hear anything? Did you hear anything about the guy that had a bomb in his head?
What the fuck? This is so cool. No, I didn't.
See, that one was interesting to me. That one was useful to me.
They
Trying to find useful things that you can give me. Because I like you. What's your name?
You can call me Zeke. Ezekiel's my full name.
Ezekiel. That is a very, very righteous name, Ezekiel.
My mom was very religious.
Have you done her proud? Have you done your name proud?
I've killed people, like the angel.
Well, that is one part of what angels do. Angels are scary because with one hand they can cut you down. With the other, though, they can heal you.
Are you gonna try to convert me to a cult or something?
No. I want to make you useful so I don't have to end you and have that on my conscience.
I can be super useful. Whatever you need, I can do it.
Well, first of all, you're out of the game. Jinx will make sure of that. Okay? I don't want you getting back in this game. I find out that you got back in this game under any name, and I will find you. I'm good at that. I know people who know people, and then I find people. I mean, hey, I found your target before you found them.
Yeah. Are you playing?
I don't play games.
Okay. I'm really not feeling well.
I know you're not. But you're not going to go into shock yet. I'll make sure. I've got enough stims here to keep you alive as long as I need.
What you need me to do?
I need to know more information. So I'm going to make you a deal. I'm going to give you a number. And you're going to call that number and you're going to leave a message on that number with a name. Not a code name, with a real name. Of who it was that tipped you off to this. And anything else that you think might be useful. Okay?
Okay.
And if you do that, I'll get a bus here as fast as I possibly can. Okay?
I have to get the name now?
What?
Do I have to get the name now?
Why would I give you a phone number if you had to get it now?
Okay. I just...
Right?
I don't...
This is me giving you a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing you need to do is apologize very loudly to Trins for trying to shoot her boyfriend. Say it loudly. I'm sorry, Trins. I want to hear it as loud as you can.
I'm sorry, Trent.
Thank you. And then White will put the knife away and he'll grab a pen instead. And he grabs the guy's arm and he writes down one of his burner numbers that he only uses for the voicemail. He says, that's the number. Don't let them wash it off. You lose that number if I don't hear something from you. And I find out you got out of the hospital and I don't hear anything from you. Like, hey, I got out of the hospital. Thanks for saving my life. If I don't even hear that, I'm going to come find you. Got it? And we're going to have another talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
A hospital phone number information.
Keep the phone number. You let me know as soon as you have a name of who tipped you off or anything else that's useful.
Okay.
Now, don't go dying on me.
Okay.
Because I've just put some time and effort into you.
Okay.
And you'll see Mr. White pull out of his pocket the basic silver card, and he sticks it in the guy's hand. And he cracks it. And he gets up off the guy's chest. He says, don't tell anyone who was here.
Okay,
You just tell them it's about the game and leave it at that. Everything else is a blur. You passed out. You don't remember shit. Understand?
I am going to pass out.
Yes, you are. But you don't remember anything. Understand?
Nothing. But I keep the
Okay.
number.
But you keep the number.
Okay.
That's a good boy, Ezekiel. You might be useful yet.
And he passes out.
White'll get up and look at Jinx and say, crush that thing. Get rid of that chip.
Hey, Doc,
Yeah.
you're a doctor.
Yes.
So, lately, I mean, I can understand me killing and doing all the dirty work, but lately, you've been going pretty dark.
The world keeps telling me that it's a dark place, and there's no place in it for someone like me. I'm starting to believe it, Jinx. I'm starting to think maybe they're all right.
Nah, I wouldn't believe them. We need good stuff. We need light. Alright, just saying.
I appreciate that, especially from you. It means a lot. I know. Yeah, it means a lot. Thank you. But
No
we'll
problem.
see. The world has a lot left to tell me.
Can always come on the roof and have a drink with me if you want. I mean, I'm good at listening, so.
Appreciate that. I don't drink much, but
You can drink
do?
water.
okay. Trin's hooked up a really good filter in my apartment, so it's the clearest it's ever been.
Nice.
Shall we go? We
Yep.
have to get Mr. Flank to somewhere safe.
Yeah, he looks like a pansy.
Looks?
She'll crush. Well, wait, do we want it? No, fuck. She crushes it. Destroys the INE chip and everything and just make sure there's nothing left. Then she'll join Mr. Wade and the rest in the RV.
All right. Everyone else, during that tense interrogation sequence, what were you up to in the RV? If you want to be up to something, that is.
Chun's is fixing Reno's rippers, which I can do.
In
Get
the
around.
van? You don't need like a special.
No, I got all the equipment here, and she literally just starts pulling things out of her pockets, and I can fix them in a round
Yeah, with
a field expertise.
yeah. You would need to make a cybertech check. We'll say DC 13 because it's only one blade to put back in place.
Wow, the one I didn't put in the macro bar. Cybertech. $25.
Yeah, it takes about 2 minutes tops.
Yeah, it's nice and filed and sharpened. It looks really good. They're shaped. It's a little obvious because one's just a touch shorter than the other, but it's that it'll grow and it'll be perfectly even kind of thing.
Your claws are as good as new.
There you go. You know that you can paint them and then they can actually be really multicolored? It's really cool.
No. I don't
Okay.
think I'll do that. No. The whole look, is to kind of blend in.
If you're trying to blend in, may I recommend the sink in the kitchen portion of the RV? Because your hand is. And the rest of you is. There's a lot of. You got schmutz. Like, just. All over.
Oh, the blood. Oh, right. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine.
It's just.
Be a minute. Why do we have a sink in the... Oh, this is an RV. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, because we have the kitchen, but it actually has the drop-down bed that can double as the
Oh,
medics.
nice. The Murphy bed. Nice. Great. Yeah, she'll slough off some blood, I guess. Be polite. Don't want to get it on the seats.
Flank is sitting next to him and is still clutching his cyber deck.
So
Jimenez is sitting shotgun, so. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know
no,
if-
that's true. You're in front of the car, so he would be
Uh,
sitting next to Reno, holding his.
So I thought you said you weren't really playing the game and like you're at the bottom, nobody would. Are you lying?
No, 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 no. I don't. I
Oh, do you think Militech found out? I bet. I've had my fair share of companies coming after me before. Classic. Classic.
and you survived.
No, I died actually. I'm dead now.
Yeah, the doc brought her back. It was really great. He can do that.
Yeah, my entire skeleton innards is just plastic. It's just all plastic. All of it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Technically like plasteel, but you know.
Yeah. Maybe you're the person that we need.
Right. The unkillable woman. That's me. That's my middle name, in fact.
You're poking fun at me now.
No, I'm completely serious. I'm the most serious of this whole motley crew.
Jimenez just peeks his head over the side of the seat and just quirks an eyebrow.
You
Just-
you have a mime fighter.
Yes, he's the one that makes all the jokes, not me. It's very funny. What did you tell us a joke, Mime? Tell us a joke.
He does so, but he does it silently. So
Yes. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I love that. Did you get... Oh, you'd have to have been there. It's fine. It's inside joke.
Well,
He's so funny.
and he just like he raises his voice at Jimenez and just go, "Well, thanks for saving me."
No, he's not deaf. He can hear.
Why'd you think he was?
I'm crying.
And then like Trins will lean over to Jimenez and be like, "Are you sure we don't need the plastic cuffs? He seems not all there. He could be dangerous."
Jimenez just writes out on a whiteboard and holds it up, and it just reads, "Not deaf, just mine."
Oh. And that's about when White and Jinx come back into the RV.
Cute.
You okay, Adelaide?
I'm sorry. I just never thought I would get this much mileage out of Mime. Like, it was just a throwaway thing from season 1, and it's carried into the third season. It's
Justice Mime is gonna become Menez's like Sako and Mankind. It's gonna be beautiful.
I mean, I'm picturing the whole, V for Vendetta, but you replace all the getup with just a mime. I mean, Jimenez is a rocker boy. He can get thousands of people to do that if he wants to.
Speaking of, he's probably going to be editing and uploading that video through an alternate burner phone. But then he's also going to check the social media to see how people reacted to the segment from Night City Wrestling, and then his Twitter call for entrance music with a preference for violins.
You get a handful of people about the music that would be interested. They sent out like demo reels of what they can do. As far as what happened at Night City Wrestling, it is so far the most divisive promo that you've made. There are people that are fiercely rooting for Fiona, and others that are clearly in your camp, and they're rooting for one or the other, and it's not gotten to the point where they're like flat out attacking the other the other side, but it's getting close to that. Like you've got them riled up to the point where like, you would need just a little push and you could create something either viral. If you wanted to, you'd have like a good portion of your tag team to follow you if you were to do something. Whereas those that are rooting for Fiona, most of them will probably not be fans of yours unless you find some way to catch, not recuperate them, but to grab them again. We grab their attention again. You're muted. Or you're a mime. It's either.
Yeah, it's either. I think that I think one thing that he's going to do is he's going to upload to his Twitter a very old picture of Fiona before her whole new look. It's like her like one of those pictures from wrestling school where she was in like a really bad outfit, had some really bad hair, and maybe it was a clip of her botching a move or two, and then he will put that up against the same kind of botch that she did just 2 or 3 matches ago, maybe. And then maybe he'll just write things out underneath and just say, still the same after all these years.
Do you let Fiona know what you're about to do?
He tags her. So whether or not she actually blocks him on social media or is like stalking him on social media, it's there.
Okay. So while you're typing away on your agent, White and Jinx hop back into the RV, and y'all drive back to the apartment, I guess?
Yeah, don't run over the guy on the ground.
Oh, we leaving him alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have been...
What are we doing about Spider?
What?
What are we doing about Spider?
Which one's Spider?
The one who's got the number 1 in the middle of the...
Nothing now, because we need to get out of here before the radiation gets too much.
Okay.
And I also don't want to be here when the AV shows up.
Do you think I should be able to add a detox shower to a decon shower to this, do you think? And she just uses that as she's like driving away.
Midway through your drive back to the apartment, Flank got his agent out and is furiously scrolling on it, and looks to all of you. Well, all of you that can look at him. It says, Spider's now number 3. That's probably not gonna last very long, but number 2 off number 3. Wait, number 2 off number 3. Yeah, so number 4 got to number 3, number 2 got to number 1.
But isn't Spider number 1?
So it's a point system? It's not just you have to kill the person above you?
No, it's a point system.
Ah, that makes it interesting.
So
That's why they came after you. They thought that you were a hoarder, is what he said. That you had a bunch of chips that you were holding on to give yourself a big boost up the rankings.
it's a strategy that doesn't work. I think it worked for the first week and then it got patched. If you remove the chip, the GPS in the chip will remain active, but even if you break the chip afterwards, it's like the points don't count or something. They figured out that if some people wanted to leave the game, they could, but nobody really does it.
Well, that cabbie did.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, that's why I removed it in the street and destroyed it.
I still have a handful of those hacked chips, but I lost everything else. I mean,
White pulls a handful out of his pocket. You mean these things while you were under?
oh shit! Thank you. That way I can run some more tests and try to find a way to fucking neutralize this shit.
Where are you running these tests, and what is your firewall situation?
Most of them, I run them on myself. I don't have anyone to test them on.
That seems stupid. Can't you just take the chip out of your eye and run it on that?
Well, yeah, that's what I do.
But why does it need to be in you to run it? Like, it's just a chip. Take
Because
the
if
chip
the
out.
because if the chip stays out for a little too long, which I still don't know how long, it's just taken out of the game. So I can't know.
So I need to simulate an eyeball, is what you're saying. God, that's not hard.
Is it?
Really, it's not. Honestly. Do you want like a full skull to go with it, or just the eyeball?
I would just need a socket to plug the chip in.
Yeah, and then the other thing you can do is fake some biorhythms.
And you want to project it on something that's actually seeable, like a monitor, or you want a big screen?
But here's the more important question. Can you bounce that signal enough places that they won't know where the GPS really is?
Yeah, there are some netrunners playing the game, though. People have tried a lot of things.
What if you were able to patch into one of those big old satellites that WorldSat was putting up around the combat zone?
I mean, those have some pretty big range. I could probably spoof a signal on WorldSat's network and have it so that it appears to be anywhere WorldSat could potentially send their broadcasts in Night City. I could... And you see he starts, like, thinking out loud, and goes through, like, multiple scenarios where, he's basically figuring out that it could be possible to hop onto WorldSat and bounce the signal enough times that, it might make it seem like every agent in Night City is suddenly playing the game because the signal would bounce nonstop between people. But this would be temporary because at some point Militech's going to figure it out.
Well, yeah, but if you do that, then everybody's a target.
Shit, yeah, I didn't think of that.
I just meant, can you move it around the city? And is that enough power? Because I know where some of those are. and nobody lives around them. They were putting them up in places that they were tearing down. So like they kicked all the residents out of the only habitable building, and then put up a tower. So
I could fake it so that it
I'm just
seems
trying
like
to keep you
someone's.
safe. That's all.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'll run through a couple things. But I think, yeah, I think that could be an idea. At least to, get people off my trail if someone really knows what I'm doing, what's happening.
Well, all I got was that someone gave them a tip that you were a hoarder, and they came flocking.
Oh, yeah, I mean, give anyone a whiff that they can get more points easily, and they will.
Mm-hmm. But who would know where you are to give you up, and know to target you as a hoarder? You're at the bottom of the list. You're not a threat to anybody, unless it's somebody who knows you and what you're doing.
And you
I
keep
suspect
saying
it's Militech that found out.
I'm not ruling that out. I think that that's the most likely suspect, unless Mr. Flank here has been working with somebody else at some point, somebody who, he thought in good faith or was acting in good faith, and we find out now that he's being double-crossed, that sort of thing. Just checking.
No. The only person that I ever... actually, they reached out to me, was Mr. Potemkins.
Mr. Potemkins.
I've never ever talked to anyone about this. I figured this was my personal crusade, my own hell.
And you swapped your SIM chip out of your agent, right?
And he looks at his agent, looks back at you.
there's the grabby hand over the back of the
Yeah.
driver's.
And he opens up his agent and removes the chip from the back of it.
I take it and toss it out the window.
Shit.
So I got a question that's gonna be real obvious, and I try not to be mean. I don't want to be mean, okay? But you're like real smart. So how are they able to tell these people that you were hoarding chips and there's a tip-off without you knowing about it? Because the only way that would happen is that means, like, are you not monitoring the forums about this shit?
I am. Which means that they've probably just met in meat space.
No, but like, how did they figure these out? Like, they wouldn't just nobody just meets in meat space. You don't walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, I got $50 if you go do for you." Like, nobody does that. Like, does anyone actually do that? That's just
I
weird.
do that.
Yeah, but you're nice. I'm nice. I do that sometimes. Like, I actually see people and I actually talk to them, but most people don't do that.
I'd have to check. I monitor the message boards. There was nothing
So who's the
nothing
sergeant?
about me. Who?
The sergeant. Supposedly on the forums.
Yeah,
Talking
he's
to the leader of this group.
he's in the upper third. I remember seeing his username a few times.
Is that the same one that's the NCPD officer?
I don't know if he's in CPD. He never identified himself as such.
Oh, okay. So that's different from the two NCPD officers that you told me about.
Yeah, no, the sergeant is I think he's ex-military, just because of the way he writes.
probably Militech then.
Could be. I wouldn't put it past them to have some of their employees playing if they wanted to. Nothing in the rules says that some people are not allowed to play.
If he's even actually playing.
No, he is. He's a... Well, looking at the stats, he's a pretty... I'm gonna say average player. I don't really like to put numbers on the deaths, but...
So he's just doing whichever kills Militech wants done.
It could be. I
The
could
best way to
know
assassinate
that.
your enemies?
Yeah, then you make it seem like a game. Like this would have been
Well,
a perfect
no.
cover.
You don't make yourself stand out. If he was Spider, everybody would know something was up.
Yeah.
But if he's in the middle of the pack and he's just fed the location of the people they want gone, he just goes in, does their dirty work, maybe uses that as a cover to off some innocents in the area that are collateral damage that keeps popping up all over the place. Maybe it's those people that he's after and the game's just a cover. He's interesting to me.
I can once I can get settled, I can look into my into the files. I think I can get a way to find out. So when you reach certain milestones, you are given a specific target, right? And you can't collect more points until you've killed that target, which prevents people from hoarding.
Yeah.
Maybe if I cross-reference these names. I mean, none of them were... I don't remember seeing people from DMS playing the game, but then again, if they have a pseudonym, maybe they are.
It's more about location. You need to know where they died.
Yeah.
Where did their chip go down? Where was the death recorded? And who died in that area at the same time? That'll tell you. Those specific names are interesting, and how many the sergeant is connected to is also interesting.
I'll get... where are we going, by the way?
I have no idea. Trains, where are we going?
You said back to the place, so we're going back to the place the roundabout way. Were we supposed to take him somewhere else?
I can't think of anywhere. Anybody else have an idea?
I mean,
Otherwise,
I know the
that's where
perfect
we
place
go.
we can ditch him.
What? Ditch me?
Why would we ditch him?
No, not ditch him, but I feel that he would get along with Brigham real well. I think he's a Brigham kind of guy.
No, because there's already 2 people in that apartment. Plus, those goody 2-shoes are probably nosy as all get out.
Okay. I mean, but 2 people in an apartment isn't that bad. I mean, look at the Andersons. They got like 6 people in that apartment. And I
and you know the Andersons are not stable.
I don't like them. They're scary.
Yeah, exactly.
You use them for target practice.
Jimenez just writes on the whiteboard, and he shows it. He says, "He can stay in mine. I have another I can stay at."
That's fair. That's true. That's actually fair. I don't know. Do we want to put him next to Kava? Because then he's next to Kava, and Kava's in the game, right?
Kava's one of the docs for the game. Well, I'm hoping he's no longer one of the docs for the game, but he's been one of the docs for the game.
I mean, I could build a Faraday cage and basically just like make sure that nobody would know that he was there.
I don't want to be in a cage.
It's not a How are you a software engineer and you don't know what a Faraday cage is?
Well, it's mostly the GM that doesn't know.
I mean, I built one in season 2.
Yeah, but I don't really remember what it was supposed to do.
It blocks incoming signals.
Ah, okay.
It's basically wiring, and by this point she's done most of the building to turn the whole thing into a Faraday cage. Which you can do because it would be basically just bouncing everything off of the internal wiring in the building and the unshielded ductwork.
So by the time this conversation reaches that point, actually, when you say, you know, what do you want me to build you a Faraday cage? You round the corner to the street on which the apartment is, so on Pondsmith Avenue. And all is quiet. There's just the sweet, distant sounds of the combat zone. But otherwise, you make it home in one piece. Do we all agree he's staying at Jimenez's place? Okay. Because Flank will not waste any time. By the time he gets to the apartment, he will plug his deck back, ask if anyone has a monitor or something to display, and if you do, he's going to use that. Otherwise, he's going to keep working on his agent as a monitor.
Jimenez has that kind of stuff in there because he watches videos and such all the time.
Okay.
He's just going to say, he will finally break the silence after he wipes off his makeup and just say, don't touch my clothes.
No, I'll sleep on your couch, and I'm not gonna disturb anything. So you like a professional mime or like an amateur?
Performance artist.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard some mimes got very violent like a couple months ago. At, what was it?
You could say that that news article is what inspired our friend here. They were so impactful that he couldn't help himself but wanted to learn more about how to be a mime.
Oh. I thought mimes were doing this for spare change, not to, like, make a statement.
Well, that article made it seem like they make a statement, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. As he's talking to you, he's like plugging all of his stuff back and begins working almost exactly where he left at the office. So you have a view, like a live view of the players. You have a live view of the GPS signals inside the city. You would notice that Spider is no longer where he was or they were earlier. And he keeps looking at things and just going back into the code of the program and try to figure a few things out. So if you have any questions for him, like since he has access to everything, he can pretty much answer almost every question you might have about the game. But he will once again turn to turn to the two of you and well, not the two of you, but the group or whoever's there, and say, so who How do we do this?
Do what?
Take it all down. I mean, this is what you want me. You are helping me do that, right?
The game needs
Oh,
to
yes.
end.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
The how begins with figuring out who's pulling the strings. Because there's fishy stuff that's going on. Like, Spider dying and then not dying.
Yeah, I need to check that out.
But right now, that is a blip. What is more interesting is what this is a cover for.
Oh shit, that's it, a blip. And he
Yeah.
starts frantically typing on his deck. And he says, of course. Because he stayed still long enough. And he basically points out like a log of the GPS coordinates of Spider when he died and came back. Oh, my screen seems frozen?
It
Chat, are we
seems
okay?
okay now.
Everything looks okay on my end.
It looks okay on my end.
Okay.
I think I'm briefly frozen, but no, I'm good.
So yeah, he shows you a log of Spider's GPS coordinates. And when he died, is because he had been standing still for 12 hours.
So the lack of movement wasn't death. It was, or it wasn't death. It was a lack of movement for 12 hours.
Yeah. But then Flank explains, like, so when you're playing the game 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
When you're asleep, there is a way that the game has to check if you are, like, if the chip is actually immobile or if you're just, sleeping or whatever. There are some movements, you're gonna move your head a bit, you're gonna breathe, there's going to be some form of movement enough that it registers. Because it's plugged in your cyber eye works constantly anyway. So there's a way to know if someone was, is asleep, is dead, or in this case, stayed still as a statue for 12 hours.
Still as a statue for 12 hours. Has that ever happened to Spider before? Are there any other blips that have been where he's literally been still for like 6 to 8 hours or just shy of that blip?
Going back up in the log, it happened once about 2 days after he joined the game. He stayed still apparently for 4 hours. But that did not register as a blip or anything because it's not long enough. But he did remain still
For 4 hours.
for 4 hours.
No signs of any movement. Interesting.
Yeah. And he goes in, just searches, like a Google map search of what these coordinates are.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends up being in the northern part of town, a It's a Ripper doc, but I'm gonna say a high-end Ripper doc. Like the type that you would visit if you need an actual doctor, but you don't want the authorities to know. It's like a private hospital.
Okay, so like a mob doctor, someone that has all the skills but
Yeah.
stays off the radar.
That's it. I mean, you would know White as a doctor in Night City. Like, you hear about some of these Ripper docs from time to time, and even the rest of you, if you make a local expert check, you could probably know about them. Their name is it's Dr. Vezina, Vezina.
Okay.
And it's like a rich elite Ripper doc.
Yeah. Gotcha. So someone that only caters to people with lots of money, makes their money off of all of the basically the cosmetic stuff, and then does the other things on the side.
You know, like a complete body change for someone who's wanted or stuff like that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So evidently Spider spent some time there. 4 hours, that's enough for certain types of surgeries. Otherwise, no, there weren't any other instances in which Spider stayed for hours on end. Like, he always roams in the old corporate center, but like he'll go out of that territory to kill someone, come back. He's basically using the radiation as a shield. And he's been doing that since the first week. It's just he had to move a whole lot more before he reached first place.
Gotcha. Interesting. I don't know what it means yet. There's something there.
Out of curiosity, Trins, can you, what's the lowest you can roll on Cybertech?
And without rolling a 1?
Without rolling a 1.
I mean, my ad is an 18.
Okay, so statistically speaking, it's almost impossible for you to botch just making a socket for a chip. So if you want to take the day that you'll need, like the couple of hours you'll need to make one, test it out, fine-tune it, like you won't need to roll anything for that.
But if I do roll and roll it really well, can I even have like a little motorized eye and turn around, like animatronic style?
If you want to creep people out, yes, you're going to have to roll.
It's Trins.
And I will say it's going to be a DV25.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's a creepy animatronic eye. And Flank really does... Why?
She always takes it to 11.
You wanted an eye. I made you an eye.
He
It
just...
wasn't hard.
He'll take the eye on the stand and just, like, rotate it so that it stares at the wall instead.
But it's an animatronic eye, and so it means it's radio operated. So she's got it playing on her. She's got the agent under the table and just starts turning it like you do with the robot, with the radio remote control towers, and like. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
searching through the game, he also finds out who the sergeant is. It wasn't too hard. He never paid attention really to him. It's just, when White mentioned, you just coast and you keep in the middle of the pack. So the sergeant's real name is Marco Bueller.
Didn't we have a Bueller before?
He is the one that
Jimenez
named...
just pops up.
Yep.
Where is he?
Right
I have a
now.
bone to pick with him.
Right now, let me check. He's going to... Oh, he's nearby. And he shows you the dot is moving towards the Forlorn Hope. There are 2 other dots at the Forlorn Hope right now.
I want to go say hi to him. Jinx, you owe me for that night race.
I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, I'm game.
But you had fun, right? I mean, it was cool.
No, I almost died.
Then you were fine. Right? It wasn't that bad.
I had to do something next to impossible to make sure that I was still alive.
Yeah, well, we came, second place? For now. Yeah, we came in second. I mean, we got a good payout out of it. It was pretty good.
Second place.
Yeah, but you were dragging me behind the car.
Yeah,
Some sort of Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah, but it was awesome. I mean, come on, it was cool.
Yeah, that never happens when you bring.
Between them. Like, what the hell is going on here?
I need somebody.
Well, next time you just take Reno, because I don't understand why you told me to come along with you. I can't fire a gun.
No, but you can throw things, and it worked. That's all I needed. I mean, I had all the stock in the back of the car, so it was great. We went to a death race. She looks at White and yeah, got invited to a death race. I needed a shotgun.
Oh.
He came with me. It was freaking amazing.
I don't get invited to death races.
Did you tell him ahead of time it was a death race, or was that
Yes.
just a surprise?
No, I told him that.
Oh,
Right?
okay, good.
No, you told me it was going to be something like Fast and the Furious, and I thought it was just going to be a straight night race down a really big curvy hill.
Reno, do you get
say
invited to
anything.
night races?
Do I what?
Do you get invited to night races? Because I didn't get invited to night races.
I can bring it to the
I've
next one.
been. Whether I've been invited or not is another question.
Sometimes I don't ask. I can
Let's
bring it
pick
to the
Reno
next
with
one.
you because
Okay, fine.
I'm not doing that crazy stuff again.
What crazy stuff?
Well, something happened, and he ended up kind of car surfing on the door because the door came off, and he was hanging holding that seatbelt, and he was kind of car surfing beside the car.
Sounds like fun.
It was
Yeah,
really
and then
cool.
and then she sideswiped and sent me flying into a pickup truck.
Hmm.
Did you powerbomb somebody? Please tell me you powerbomb somebody out of the pickup
No, I
truck.
couldn't even stand up on any of these things. They were going 115, 120 miles per hour.
I'll have to. You couldn't stand up on the door? That seems really oddly designed. Did you want a water ski door? Because that's not hard to do. I can do that. Breakaway
No,
and
I just
everything.
didn't want I just didn't want any road rash or anything like that.
It was a
My
good.
skin is all nice and soft from all the moisturizing. It's just, it would be a horrible crime if I had scars like that.
I mean, a couple of road burns is not bad thing. Anyway, moving on. Next death race is in like 2 days if somebody wants to ride shotgun with me.
I don't do death races, but I will go to the Forlorn Hope with you if you wish, Jimenez. I have no problem
I'll come to the
meeting
Forlorn
this
Hope
Mr. Bueller.
since I
Bueller.
owe you one.
And what did you say, Reno?
I said I would go with Jinx, and she about the riding passenger. But yeah, let's go to the Forlorn Hope.
All right.
Trins, I'm going to hand her an agent and say, hook this up so it's linked in with our feed so Mr. Flank here can keep us apprised of Mr. Bueller's whereabouts.
Okay. We will link it up.
Flank just looks at all of you. I stay here, right? I'm not moving.
Yes. No, you're not
No,
moving.
you're not coming.
You're watching the screen.
Is this
And
door?
you're-
Is this
No.
door? Reinforced?
Yes.
Is everything bulletproof?
Yes.
Where are the fire exits?
At the end of the halls, one on each side.
Okay.
Also, that window does open outward if you really feel like you need to get out. I don't
It's the
recommend
7th
it.
floor.
I don't recommend it unless you're really good at parkour.
I
The point is,
used to
if
skateboard when I was a child.
If you stay on that calm with us, we'll know where people are because you will tell us.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna rig this door so you don't open it. Period. Don't open it. Don't touch it. Don't do nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. If she's going to do that, don't go anywhere near the door. In fact, hide in the bathtub if somebody knocks on the door.
All
I'd
right.
recommend that.
You you thinking of killing him?
Oh, yes.
I really wasn't, but apparently other people were. I mean, I was thinking of just going to be nice and walking over and offering him a drink. But,
You don't do that to the person that tried to kill Ice Dragon.
well, you offer them a drink, and then when they turn you down, then you can kill them. That's what my mother always said. You have to be polite first.
I thought you were gonna like poison the drink.
No, because then it's just you can't drink it later. That seems wasteful.
That's fair.
Okay. So and he rummages in his pocket and gets 3 chips out. And is going to hand them to Reno.
What are those for?
In case anything happens, if you need to join the game for any reason whatsoever, I'll also be able to track you with it.
Don't send Militech after me.
Never.
You'll
You can only do
their,
so many things at once.
you'll be on their radar as soon as you put that chip in their eye, because they were the ones running the game. Remember that.
No, I can handle that. Just not,
Oh no, Mr. Flank here knows better than to double cross us.
Oh. I want nothing else but this game to stop.
Yes. Oh, and to that end, don't ever contact Mr. Potemkins again.
Good idea. Good idea. Your, yeah, 375th place. That's where he's at on the list. The people he's going after, they're lower than him. They would give him points, but not enough to climb to 374th.
Just doing it for
Loser.
funsies then.
Or I also want the coordinates of every single death and the list of all collateral in the area.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Do your magic. Give me that info. I'll see you later.
And don't touch this door.
Not touching the door. Got it. Not touching the door. And with that, we're gonna end tonight's game as the group goes to the forlorn hope to maybe encounter our guest over there next week. But we'll see what happens. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. Thank you players for taking the time to come play. And thank you for Talsorian for making this game, which, by the way, is going to be available in like 3 hours.
Midnight Central Time, people.
Yeah, so it's
2 hours.
2 hours.
And 10 minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours and 10 minutes from now, you can get your hands on a PDF copy of Cyberpunk Red. So be sure to set your alarms. I am Simon at Wondering DM, but I'll give the spiel at the end. Let's just, shout out what everyone is doing this week. We'll start with Trince. We'll go around the overlay. Same order as we did the intros. So Deirdre, where can we find you and what you have going on?
Oh, I love this game. I love Trinz's wonderful, chaotic, positive, shining ball of light being what she is. But as for me, hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre Donlan on Twitter, or Praxagorthesmia4. You see me around on Twitch. And tomorrow, you can find me with the wonderful, the fabulous, the utterly chaotic Jimenez, Anino here, over on on the Regiment over on my channel at 8 p.m. Eastern, and someone else is going to be showing up because we're going to have a guest on the Regiment for more drama and tea and fun things, but we'll discuss that later. And then you can find me Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern over on Encounter Roleplay for some For the North Song of Ice and Fire campaign. And on Wednesdays over on Laugh Love Lindy, I believe we're back this week for some Witcher Family of Wraiths, and it's either will be Witcher or it will be our wonderful one-shot in the world of Cyberpunk. Because if you want to see a bunch of that wonderful crossover, come check us out. But I'll be back here next Friday. See you next time, Chumbas.
Thank you for coming, Deirdre. Chris, where can we find you?
Hey everybody, my name's Chris. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary. You can find me on Action Fiction's channel starting November 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Falkenstein Affair, a new all cosplayed Castle Falkenstein game that'll be every other week. Starting this upcoming Monday. I'll let Adelaide geek out about the rest of the details, but I will be the illustrious host with a cast that is pulling out all the stops for you all. I hope to see as many of you as you can make it. Otherwise, Fridays I'm here as Mr. White, and we will see what dark path he continues to walk.
Thank you, Chris, for coming. Jinx. Rin, you're next.
I mean, both names work. Hey, I'm Ren. That's about it. I play Jinx, and I play on this game, and I love this game. This insane game is so much fun, and I love everybody in this group. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Rin. Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name's Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. Deidre already mentioned one of my streams for tomorrow. Simon will mention the other. I will, for the record, say that I actually do have a number of flash fiction pieces up, but they're in a particular order, and I'm waiting for a certain someone to add some input to one before I release them. Not going to name any names.
Look,
All right.
it's gonna be a while.
Paragraph. Or
Yeah,
two.
you'll get there. Promise this week.
Everybody else can badger her for it if you are desperately wanting to start that run of flash fiction.
Mhm.
You know where to find her.
Thanks for coming, Anino. And lastly is Adelaide.
Yeah, that's me, Adelaide on Twitter. As Chris Geary said, we are running 2 different cosplay games starting Sunday and Monday. That's every other Sunday and Monday. One is going to be our Vampire the Masquerade game called Drain the Rich, and the other is going to be a Castle Falkenstein game where I am playing with Chris Geary as our host. They are both fully cosplayed. Everyone's in character. It's going to be awesome. Go check that out at action_fiction on Twitch. And on Saturdays, every other Saturday, I'm also in a new show on Pro DM Joey's channel on Twitch. It's called Synodic Drift. I'm playing a Gorgon because I am obsessed with Medusa, I guess. I also just got her tattooed on me the other day. It's just snakes all the way down for my life right now. That's it. That's all I got. Go check those out.
Thanks for coming, Adelaide. And as for me, you can find me tomorrow over on our partners channel, Level Up Dice, who are rebranding. I think it's beginning tomorrow. It's going to be an all-new Twitch channel. The name changes, but the shows remain the same. We're going to be playing Scion, Birth of the New Gods. Last week saw the introduction of Loki, the father of Kieran, one of our godlings. This week we'll introduce some more divine parents. So come and watch us tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Do I say anything else?
For Saturday night?
For Saturday night.
I don't know. What language are you going to be speaking, Simon?
Well, I will be playing a French major, a commandant, over on the regiment on Deirdre's channel tomorrow evening. And also tomorrow evening after the regiment, you can find me over on Cyberpunk Uncensored for a GM roundtable. So it's going to be a very busy day tomorrow. And with the release of Cyberpunk Red on top of that. Which, by the way, if you've seen my tweet today, since I did go over 2045, so 2045, the year of Cyberpunk Red, followers, I will be giving away a PDF copy of Cyberpunk Red tomorrow. So if you haven't followed me yet, do so. And tomorrow afternoon, I'll be posting the link for the contest. Otherwise, you can find us back here on Monday for Rime of the Frost Maiden, and then next Friday for some more Cyberpunk. Thank you to all of our sponsors. I think I've spoken enough, so let's just go and enjoy our weekend, and I'll see all of you next week. Bye, everyone.